several years now. She's only been in Arbonne 4.5 years, new national vice president. And this year, she actually won the 2018 Direct Selling Star for the UK. Isn't that exciting? So she's our star, and she's here. And her story is so riveting, and I want you to really lean in to what she's sharing, because a lot of these videos that she's going to show, I remember watching it and just crying and thinking, I can't believe she's doing this to her girls. But yet the lesson in it, to let your light shine like Melanie shared, keep it shining, keep your light shining. And please welcome to the stage, National Vice President, all the way from the UK, Danni Wells.
So I came here, I'd never been to a conference before, and I'd never felt so warm and welcomed. People say to us, why do you guys from the UK keep coming back to Arizona? You know, it's such a long flight, such a long way for just 2.5 days. But we feel like we're home when we're here. Being around the legacy leaders and the visionaries, it is like being at the heart of Arbonne, and we absolutely love it, and nothing can keep us away. So we just hope that Donna keeps letting us come, because we want to come year after year after year. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself, because I want to inspire you guys today to dig deep and grow to the next level. That was what I wanted. I really wanted to share something with you, add value to you all today, so that you will leave and you won't feel scared to dig really deep inside and find that light that we've all got inside of us. We've all got a burning light inside of us, but for some of us, we've kind of let that light dim out a little bit. We've let people dim it down. So I'm going to share a bit about my story. So before Arbonne, I am a mum of two daughters, and I was a mum that would take my children to pitch them to the train station, see the trains go by, take them to the park, take them to the library. We didn't have a lot of income, because I did have a career working in ophthalmology. I had a really successful career working with eyes. Love your new glasses, by the way, Donna. But everything went crashing down when my youngest daughter was born with a brain hemorrhage and a stroke, and it completely changed our whole life. And she's actually turning 7 right now in the UK. So it's her birthday now in the UK. Happy birthday to this precious little baby that brought me to Arbonne. So I was with her in hospital for about a year, and took all that time off work to spend time with her on life support, intensive care, high dependency wards. And after a year, my boss, who owned the franchise of the opticians that I worked at, basically said to me, Danni, are you coming back to work or not? And I had to make the decision to say that I wasn't. I don't know if anybody here today has ever worked really hard at something, a hobby, a career, and it all comes crashing down because you just have to make a decision to be somewhere else. And I was devastated. I was devastated to lose my identity, but I was also devastated because I lost the income, and financially we couldn't survive. So I actually went on to government support, so welfare benefits. And the money that we were given, it was $60 a month. And as grateful as I am, it didn't even cover travelling to the hospital and paying for parking. So we got into significant debt. And I was actually complaining on Facebook one day, you know, woe is me, there's no money, there's no time. And a friend, this girl Emma, reached out to me and she said, Danni, I need to tell you about Arbonne. Have you ever heard of it? And I was like, no. And she said, okay, have you heard of social marketing or network marketing, multi-level marketing? I was like, no. And she said, are you aware of toxins that are used in day-to-day products that cause like long-term damage? And I was like, no. And she basically just summarised Arbonne and was like, Arbonne is a great brand that do these free-from products, and we basically get paid if we recommend them to somebody that makes a purchase. And I was like, I'm in. That was it. She didn't need to say anything else. I was like, I am in. And I started my business on July the 1st, 2014. And I got to work straight away. I was excited, I was happy, and it changed my life. It completely has changed my life, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But in 1987, this woman, Donna, said yes to Arbonne. And not only did she say yes, because it's not that hard to say yes to Arbonne, she kept on saying yes. It's been said already on this stage about keeping on saying yes, not getting frightened by it. You know what I meant to be? So she didn't get frightened by all the no's. She kept going, and she was the first person in Arbonne to receive the cars to her Mercedes. And while she was building this business, unbeknown to her, across the pond in the UK, I was being born at the same time, and I was growing up, and I didn't have the best childhood like most people don't. You're very fortunate if you do have a really good childhood. And she was paving the way for my life, and she didn't even know me, and that's what we're all doing here today. Like right now, we're paving the way for somebody that's just being born. Like how amazing is that? So for one person saying yes, so much follows, it really does, and you are that person. Like I say, right now people are being born, and you're the person that's going to pave the way and change their life. So please don't forget that when you do feel a little bit scared and a little bit frightened about moving forward with your business. So when we were in Maui in January, this picture was taken, and I actually put this picture on social media. I don't know if anyone here saw it, but I basically just wrote thank you to Donna, and I just said, I've been in Arbonne for 4 years, but because you said yes to this business and you kept going, it's completely changed my life. Like, my husband's been able to leave a job that he hated, I'm completely present with my children, I'm not on welfare anymore, I'm living that absolute dream life. I wake up every day and I'm happy. People say to me, what's the best bit about Arbonne? I say, the best bit about Arbonne for me is I'm happy every single day and I'm not crying all the time. Nobody on Facebook. So it went viral. People were like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Like, I love the Americans. You're so excited about everything. It's fantastic. So just another thank you, Donna. You've paved the way for so many of us, and so have a lot of the other legacy leaders, and we can all be legacy leaders. That's the beauty of this business. We can all be that person as well. And so we should keep going. Okay, so I want to rewind a little bit. So last year, who was here in Areas in Paradise last year? Okay, so as was I, as a region, and I was actually getting a little bit fed up. I don't know if anyone here is feeling a little bit fed up of being in the same situation. It's great for someone. I was getting a little bit sick and tired, and we should be so grateful, shouldn't we? But I was like, oh my gosh, I keep saying I'm going to go nation, keep saying I'm going to go nation, keep saying I'm going to go nation, and it's just not happening, we're just not moving. So I came to Areas in Paradise last year, and, oh hang on, I've gone too far forward, and we did a promise ring. Do you guys remember the promise ring? I was like, I'm going to be a nation, I'm not coming back not as a nation, and I made the promise. I just added this in because I want people to know, people say to me, and to a lot of the other VPs, oh my gosh, the VPs are like swans, they're so beautiful, they've got it all together. So I'm the mum, this summarises me as a person, so I'm the mum that sends my child to school photo day with her hair like that. She came out of school, she was like, Mummy, we had school photos today. I was like, did you? So that's me as a mum, standard. The middle one is me turning up to somebody in my team's car presentation and not having a clean Mercedes. I had to go into the toilet, get some tissue and clean the car. So that sums up me as an Arbonne consultant. And then the last two is my guilty pleasures. The Queen, Buckingham Palace, royal family. Oh my gosh, thank you for sending us Meghan Markle. We love her, I love her. I can't wait for her to have a baby, I'm very excited. And I love keeping up with Kardashians. Anyone else dare to admit that? Woo! So that just sums me up as a person. I'm completely normal. I'm no different to the next person. We all have very strange obsessions. And although I was getting a little bit sick and tired of being a regional vice president, I kind of was in a position where in Arbonne it had given me a lot of good things. So because of Arbonne, my life as a family was pretty good. I was able to volunteer at 2 charities. I was recently awarded a long service award for volunteering as a breastfeeding support worker in our local town. And I also take children with additional needs swimming I do that every single week, both charities, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So Arbonne actually gave me a really, really, really great life. It gave me a lot of recognition as well. So I was able to walk the stage in Las Vegas as a Parade of Champions. The honour was incredible. That stage is unbelievable. However you walk it, it just means so much. So I was given so much recognition, and Arbonne just filled my cup up all the time. So being at Region is a really juicy place to be. It absolutely is. So I kept saying to the team, we need to go nation, we need to go nation. There was never a moment in my business where we weren't cracking on to Nation, and we kept declaring it, and we kept going all out, but every morning of the last day of the month, we always woke up shy of 60,000 QV to go into qual, so we'd always wake up with 100,000 on the last day of the month. And obviously QV was coming in on the last day, but we never quite made it. We always tended to be short of about 10,000, and that was us really going for it, and it'd get to midnight, and we were just shy of what we needed. So we as a team really went all out, and what happened was my light, that fire that we all have burning inside us, it started to go out a little bit. You know, like a dimmer light, it just started to go out ever so slightly, and every time we went for Nation Qual, and we didn't hit it, that light just went out a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And you do start to get a little bit down and in the dumps, and I left Areas in Paradise last year, and I was like, right. I also, after Areas in Paradise here, there was also a UK conference very similar to this. So I'd been to these 2 conferences in a week, and I was ready for Nation Qual. This time I was really, you know, like you think you're ready, you declare it, but then you really declare it, and you're like, there's a big difference. So I did this video. So this was the video I did, and I sent it to everybody in the team.
Hello. So, if you're watching this video, it's because I've sent it to you because you have an Arbonne ID number, first of all, so you have access to having a business with Arbonne, and you're part of my amazing success line, which I know for some of you I can't take full credit for because you've got great uplines so far away from me, but you're part of this success line, so this is why I'm sending you this video. So, I've just had to pull over because I can't cope with this anymore. A little bit emotional. So I've just left area retreat, and it was mind-blowing. It was absolutely moving, and there was so much in it that I just couldn't cope with how incredible what we have is, and some people are not taking full advantage of that. You need to get to area manager retreat next year to see this enormous picture. Neil Alexander got up and spoke about how her mum's always been an entrepreneur, always been like after the next big thing. And when she was little, her mum would come home and say, no, I found the next big thing, you know, it's a carpet cleaning business, or I found the next big thing, it's this, that, the other, and they were always like rolling their eyes off, for goodness sake. And then she came home one day and said, I found the next best thing, and this was 10 years ago. She said it's a network marketing startup business in the UK that sells like, Nina said it was a bit like Fistic drinks. They only had one product, which was this energy drink, and everybody had to sign up as a consultant that wanted to be a part of it. There was no client option, and you had to have an auto ship of this drink. And her mum set up this business, and she built an enormous success line. And 2 years later, she actually died from cancer, and which was devastating. But because her mum, Nina's mum, had built this business, the company gave the income to her only daughter, which was Nina, for 2 years, and Nina was able to financially support herself for 2 years because of what her mum had built. And Arbonne do that, and we're able to build a financial and incredible legacy for our family if the worst should ever happen, and I pray that it never does. So I'm sat there, bawling my eyes out, thinking, what the fuck am I doing? I've been sat with my ID number for nearly 4 years. On the 1st of July, I will have had my Arbonne ID number for 4 years, and I have not utilised that ID number to the max. And you might watch this and think the same for yourself, you might not, everybody's different, but I have not. I have not shared this with enough people that need these products in their life. I have not shared this with enough people who need this business in their life. So many people are looking for a solution, and this is what this is. So, I am scared saying this because I have declared Nation about 6 times. And some of you are sick of hearing it, and I was like, I've just got to rebuild, I've got to rebuild, I've got an amazing team, but they've given me all they can give, and I appreciate that. And I need to fill the gap, and I've been filling the gap, I'm filling the gap, and we're ready. We are ready, and I know we need to double what we're doing. As a team, we need to double, but I'm going to do everything that I can do. Because we need to be a nation. I'm holding so many people back going region and going area. So, we will be down as a speaker, but I'm coming out. Welcome to Danni Nation. And we're going to go into qual in April with 180,000 QB, and we're going to complete in May with 204,000 QB. And if you're in, and you don't, not everybody has to be in, but if you are in, I ask of you to say yes, I'm in. I'm going to send you a link for a WhatsApp. It's only going to be the WhatsApp's only going to be until the 1st of July, and then it will close down.
So WhatsApp's like Voxer, if anybody doesn't know. We use it a lot in the UK. When Johnny said to me, you need to join the Voxer group for Areas in Paradise, I was like, what's Voxer? I don't know what I'm doing with it at all. So I made a WhatsApp, and people chose whether they were going to join it or not. And we went all out. We were up until midnight, and it didn't happen. Again, it didn't happen. We didn't go qual again. So we went for it the next month, as you do. When you don't hit your goals, you keep going, you keep going. Oh no, this, yeah, so we went for it the next month, and I've got the kids involved with a countdown. So they're counting down the QB.
That's it. Wonderful. So we've got less than 140 to do. What are we going to get?
Whoa.
Yeah. Some good fighting talk there, Farewells. I love it. Have you got any top tips?
Keep going.
So they were really involved in this whole journey, and they saw us not go qual quite a few times. And on the last segment, we woke up with 60,000 QB left to do. It was like a repeating pattern. And we really went for it this time. Not that we did all the other times, but we really went for it, to the point where we were on the Zoom till gone midnight, we were trying to rally in all this QB, and we were still short. And I really said to my girls, I've got them deeply involved this time, and I was like, we're doing this, I promise you, we're doing this. And when we didn't do it, this was the first time I did a video of telling them the next morning.
We didn't hit nation qual.
No.
So we're back to 0 today. But do it again. We'll try again.
You have brownies around you.
You've got brown ones in your eyes, she says.
I was in Paris for a bit and Dad and I in my own.
Do they? So we're going to go for it again this month, okay?
You're going to do it.
I know, do a countdown this month. Start, new countdown.
Is it May?
Yeah.
Is anyone else's kids, or anyone else really shocked when they find out your business goes to 0 at the beginning of every month? They're like, how are we supposed to do that then? So that was us really going for it. But do you know what? We might not hit nation qual that month, but what we did do was we did do Jamaica AIT. So I love that it's shoot the moon, and if you miss, you will be among the stars. So this is another video.
You know when the trampoline, I've got something to tell you guys. Very serious. Guess what?
You got one.
Something else.
You got as a present.
No.
You went to make it.
Yeah!
Jamaica. So even if you do go for a massive goal and you don't quite reach it, you're probably going to get something else along the way. So if you do go for the next level, and I hope that you do achieve the next level, but even if you didn't, you're probably going to fall back on Punta Cana anyway, or if anyone here is from the other side of the world, then Fiji. So just keep going for those goals, because like the quote says, if you aim for the moon, you'll land on the stars anyway. So, the seventh time we didn't go nation qual, we were short 60,000. So this is the last video of us not going nation qual before we actually did. Oh, this one's horrible.
Did you go nation?
I mean nation.
Nation.
Qual.
What?
Let me show you.
So we had a whiteboard,
So-
counted down.
I went to bed just after midnight and we did 1, 5, 1. And we ended 0, 0. So we needed to end on 0. We ended on 9,000. So, I did say I was going to do it. So, I'm going to go for it again. Because sometimes we don't always hit the goals straight away that we set ourselves, but we'll just keep going. Good up. And keep going, okay? Because it's going to be so worth it. Doesn't matter how many times you fall down, you just keep going. Yes, you can wipe it all off now.
So that was the last time before we actually do it. And my point being, it took us many attempts. And sometimes we do have to be really brave and put ourselves out there and not quite hit the goal, but we have to keep getting back up and keep getting back up. We had to keep wiping that board down every month, and it was painful. It was painful changing the affirmations around the house with the different dates. But I wasn't prepared to let that light that I had inside of me completely go. Yes, it was getting duller and duller, dimmer and dimmer, but that fire was still there, it was still there, and I wasn't willing for it to completely go out. We were going to keep going, until we did it. So the month we did go nation qual, you could think that I would be quite miserable and fed up by now, 8 times trying to go for this flaming goal. But these are the pictures of me the month that we actually did do it. I was still rocking and rolling, we were still going, we were still having fun. And somebody said it beautifully on the stage earlier about just have fun with your business. You will get there eventually, and you want to make the journey, the adventure, as enjoyable as possible. So, the last day of the month, we woke up with 60,000 people to do. It was literally like it was haunting me. But this time we did it. And the only thing I can say that changed was I really, a girl in my team, Jen, kept saying to me, Jennifer Carey said to me, you need to listen to this guy called Jake Ducey. Has anyone here heard of him? And she kept telling me this, but I was so busy doing all this other stuff, she must have had to tell me about 18 times. And I was like, I'm going to check this guy out on YouTube. So he's all about just personal development, basically. So the difference between this time and all the other times was more personal development. The activity was the same, the team was very similar. I know people go, people come, but the size of the team was very similar. The difference was my personal development, and I knew 100,000,000% there was no matter what we were going qual, and it was absolutely happening. So I got to record telling Farah after her swimming lesson that we'd done it. I spoke to head office, they confirmed it, and I got this.
I got something to tell you. You know when you were in the swimming pool having your lesson? I got a phone call from head office. Yeah! I know, we did it! So it's official! We are going to go to Hawaii, that's right! So we are officially nation qual. We're level 4 but a half, because you have to do it in a half, like one half 1 month and the other half in October. Yeah, we've got to complete.
So we went into qual in September, and guess what I'd done? I'd booked a 2-week trip to Jamaica for the October. So wrapping up nation, I was in Jamaica for 2 weeks. And the reason why I was in Jamaica for 2 weeks is every time the AIT gets announced in November, we make a big trip out of it, and we book our flights, and we go to wherever we're going for 2 weeks. And even though I've not even earned it yet, I make sure those flights are booked. Like, there's no matter what, I'm going there. So we ended up in Jamaica for 2 weeks. I had predicted the November before that we were going to be wrapping up Nation in Jamaica, and Susan McCallum was there, and she was like, Danny, I've never known anyone to wrap up Nation and have 2 weeks on an AIT trip. And I was like, we are doing this, like, it's happening. So if anybody was in Jamaica and saw me there, I was literally on my phone the whole time. I was selling 30 days, selling RE9, sponsoring people. I worked so hard when I was in Jamaica, I really did. And while I was there, I was recognised for top sponsoring. I'd also ordered a new car, a new nation car. So I'd gone to the garage and I told them all about what was going on with this goal. I said I need a new car, and I told them that we were going to pick it up. I think it was on Monday the 28th. I think it was, because I wasn't going to complete on the last day of the month. I was going to complete early. So we booked this car in, and everything was all set. And during the same time, I was also nominated and went to an awards at the UK for direct selling, and I was brought on stage and won Direct Selling Star of the Year, which was amazing. So the month was absolute chaos. So we had the whiteboard out, as you can see. We had Arbonne products coming in everywhere. It was crazy. We had people coming to the house. We were going to be wrapping up. It was a Sunday actually. Sunday the 28th of October was the day we were supposed to be wrapping up. That was when we were going to get the car. Everybody came to the house. We didn't wrap it up then. We still had loads to do, and everybody had to go home because they had a life. So we didn't wrap up on the day that we thought we were going to wrap up, but we kept going and we kept going and we kept going. And then on the last day of the month, at 2 minutes to midnight, as you can see circled there, I rang up. The website crashed. I don't know if anyone remembers on Halloween. The website crashed. And I had to bring up head office in the USA just to check the numbers, and we were all on Zoom, and they confirmed at 2 minutes to midnight we'd done it. So we obviously all went absolutely crazy. It was insane.
Donation. What do you think? Yes. Yes.
I promised her a bear if we went to nation.
So you got a bear then, yeah? 4 years, and you finally get to go to build a bear.
She didn't get to go before then.
Ivana!
We've got a nation!
Bless her. So that was the video. You can't really see the video very well, but that photo was taken of her hugging me in the morning, and it was so worth it. Like all those times that we didn't hit it was such a great lesson for them as children, because my oldest daughter, this one here, she suffers with dyslexia, as I know many children do, and sometimes she does say to me things like, "Mummy, all the other children in the class are reading books, and I'm still in like the reception class books, like the kindergarten / books." And she was like expressing to me the difference of her academic ability, but she's so strong because she's seen me fail and keep going and keep going and keep going. To her, she's like, I'm just going to keep practicing. Like, we just have to keep practicing, don't we, Mummy? We just keep practicing. And she really wanted this thing at school called a pen license, where once your writing gets so good, you get you move from a pencil to a pen. And she was one of the last children in her class to get this pen. And we kept doing affirmations. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have my pen license. And she kept trying and she kept trying, she kept trying. And eventually she got this pen license. So every time that we think that we're failing, we're teaching our children or our family or our friends like really special moments. And I do not regret for a second all the times that we failed, because to me it wasn't failing. It was just showing people you keep going and you keep going. Woo! So this is how my daughter spells Arbonne. She gets her B's and D's back to front and Wells Nation. I thought it was so cute. So she wrote that on balloon, and we got to go to Maui, which was incredible. So a couple of last moments. So when you shine, when you lift the lid, it opens up space for others to shine brighter than they ever thought was possible. And I've actually got a load of testimonies from the team that I've not got time to read out now, but I'll put them onto the Arizona Facebook page. When I declared nation, it kind of like lifted a lid, and it helped so many other people rise up. So I asked people to share what it meant to them when I said we're going nation, and it made such a difference, such an impact, that these messages, I'll put them onto the page later on. It's incredible what it means to everybody else when you declare a goal, and when you lift the lid, everybody else rises with it. So it's really great to read these messages. So when you feel stuck, just choose to shine and not hide. There is always enough light to go around. And if you don't think that you have more to give, consider this. Look how far you've come from when you first started. You didn't come this far to only come this far. And when you feel like you've lost your bright light, maybe have a look around and see if it's there. So I'd love everybody to stand up with your little torch. Has everybody got a torch? And I think, are we going to have the lights down? So a little bit like last year with the rings, the promise rings. We've got a little, please. So if you could, I wanted sparklers, but apparently it's a bit dangerous. So if we hold our lights up, we've got a little song. And please join in if you're able to.
I'm trying to.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Woo!
Thank you, everybody. So you can take that little torch home, put it onto your key rings, and just remember, every time you look at it, so much can come from one person. When one person says yes, so much follows. So take it with you and just remember that little light that you've got inside of you, don't let it go out. So last year we did these promise rings, and I know Fiona's going to say a couple of words about the rings. I'll let you take over.
Fabulous. So we give out toys that everyone can. Last year, last year, I had the honour to be asked for the last speaker on stage, and how amazing to have my very first Nvp. And wasn't she amazing? So Donna asked if we could end up coming back on stage with this little ring, and it may not be much when it comes to Albert and Tiffany and la la la. It's a little plastic ring, but we did something called a pinky promise, and it was and it was about showing up really and following your heart, and that never ever ever give up, and promising to come back with everything you've got. Like you've got to want more than you want to breathe. And we did it on the stage. I want you to, because Danny, you made promise with Fiona.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So my promise friend is Cara Price. Is she in the room? She was my promise friend last year, and I said, yeah, I told Fiona, yeah, we're going to absolutely go nation again, and we did it. And I kept hold of this the whole time.
We did it. So now this year, that little toy with little light shine, you can hook it to your keychain, right? Is there one look on there?
Yeah.
Okay. And as silly as it is, I just want it to be a reminder to let your light shine. You know, Matthew 5:15. Don't dull your light. Don't dull your shine. Let it shine bright. Right? It's so true. I want you to get your phone. And let's videotape a happy birthday. Let's everybody sing happy birthday to And let's do a little, get your phone. Who's got Danny's phone? Someone bring Daddy's phone. Oh, okay, you're